Welcome everyone to episode 39 of the Brewhouse podcast, a podcast between two brothers where we talk about gaming, tech, entertainment, and everything in between. This week we are going to be going over not only our top games of 2019, but also since 2020, technically the new decade hasn't started yet, if you want to look at it from a certain way. But we're going to also be giving our 5 games of the decade. So that's the games that came out from the period of 2010 to 2020. Well, I guess not including 2020, but so yeah. So getting into it first, we're gonna do 3 games from 2019, top 3, and these will be ranked from 3 being the bottom to 1 being our game of the year. So I'll go ahead and start. For number 3 for me was Jedi Fallen Order. I really enjoyed the game. It was a good, solid, single player Star Wars game. Overall, I really liked it. It definitely seemed to copied a lot of good things that other games did good. So like, the scaling and the climbing from Uncharted, had hints of combat from Sekiro, just not as polished. The combat was kind of funky. Overall a good story,
set up
though.
like a Dark Souls game, with the meditation.
Yeah,
the
but it was lacking quality of life updates that even like the first Dark Souls game did, where you teleport in between the bonfires and everything. And this one, you had to run back. There was no teleporting in between meditation sites. That was kind of a bummer.
Yeah,
but that also encouraged you to, maybe if you hadn't explored everywhere, to explore on your way back, find new and quicker routes, because they did throw in some quicker routes on every planet to get back to the
shortcuts,
ship.
but there's a couple, like Kashyyyk, I want to say, was
Kashyyyk was very linear, yeah.
Like whenever you had to go back, and I had to go back to get like one chest at the very end, and it was a pain in the butt to have to run all the way back to the ship after I was done.
Yeah, that was another thing. All the chests in that game were pretty much pointless cosmetic stuff. It would have been cool to see a little more customization. The lightsaber stuff was cool, though. How you got all the different crystals and hilts and everything.
But for like, as far as like the hilts go and everything like that, you couldn't really see it.
Yeah, that's true. You could if you changed it to like gold or whatever.
Yeah, you can see the color change, but as far as like the designs, now I'm wondering how much customization they're going to do in the next one.
I think they were testing the waters with this game, and they're gonna learn from what they did, because it's Respawn. Respawn's a great developer. This game did really well overall. Seen a lot of praise for it, so I'm assuming they'll be a little more, I don't know what the right word is. They'll be a little more flexible and maybe venture a little more in what they're going to do in the next one, or at least I hope so.
Do you think it's going to be DLC, or are they going to make a second one?
I think they'll just straight up make a second one.
Do you think he's going to forget his force powers, or going to be playing it as another character?
I don't know, because that's another thing. It's canon, so either there was another Jedi out there the whole time, or our character's going to die at the end of this story. I thought he was going to die at the end of this game.
It would be nice if he ends up becoming, like, he goes find like a force sensitive child or something like that. And at the beginning of the game, you play as him, OP or something like that. And then he dies, time skip, you play as a new character, a little bit older.
Yeah.
And then start from there. I think that would be a good idea.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
So you don't have to have like, oh, I got amnesia and I forgot all my force powers.
Yeah, something like that. And it'll be interesting to see what they do. No clue when that game is going to come out. They'll probably use the same engine, though. I mean, how did it run on PlayStation?
Slow. I mean, it was jittery. They had drop frames, but I mean, that's
for PS5. I mean, they'll just optimize it better, and
I'm still on the base PlayStation. I heard there was very minimal issues on a Pro, so it could run a whole lot better. But I think it might have been something to do with like the environment or something like that, because
it ran great on PC. So
I played Titanfall 2 recently, and I mean, that ran great, and it looks probably better than this. Yeah, and I didn't have any frame rate issues with it on there. So I don't know. I don't know if it was maybe like the combat that was thrown off or something. It could have been just like something that they had the code or something that might have been making it chug a little bit or something. But I played worse games on
Yeah.
PlayStation, so
Yeah, so that was my number 3. Just an overall fun Star Wars single player game. Something people desperately wanted. So,
right.
and it came out right before the movie, so that hyped it up too. I thought that was pretty effective how they did that to hype it up a
No,
little.
it was very smart. I would say it's probably before we get another game like this, it will probably be at least 3 years.
Yeah, I'd say that. Yeah, yeah. Give
So,
the new consoles a couple years to get their life cycle going, and then maybe
yeah,
once sales for that start dying down or something, release a new Star Wars game, and that'll pick it right
right.
back up. All right. So what's your third game of 2019?
My third game of 2019, and since I didn't play a whole lot of games that came out this year, my third game is Spider-Man.
Ooh, Spider-Man. I still haven't played that yet.
You need to play honestly, so in the discussions that we had, if we end up, picking a game for each other to play for
Mhm.
like the next month or something, Spider-Man would be the one that I'd recommend you playing.
Well, I'm not playing anything until I beat the Dark Souls series, so just getting that out there.
So that will be you'll play Spider-Man maybe this summer. Maybe.
No, it won't take me that long
I'm
to
just
beat
saying
them.
like this there's a whole but it's a collectathon.
Mhm.
So it's good in that aspect. It's definitely very pretty. There is no frame rate issues on base PlayStation with that I had. I've seen people had like glitched faces and stuff like
Mhm.
that, but I didn't see that at all. But then again, I also waited 10 months. No, I waited 5 months. I'm looking up. I played it in March.
Mhm.
So, I mean, the story is very good. Very recommend playing it just on the story alone.
Yeah, because that
Uh
was people forget that was up for Game of the Year too in
Yeah,
2018.
no, I'm very surprised, and that could be due to that it came out so early.
Mhm.
Well, no, that was
Did
no,
Insomniac make that?
that came out in 2018.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it was up for the
I
Game of
said
the
it was
Year.
up for Game of the Year in 2018.
Okay, I didn't hear 2018. Yes, no, that's by Insomniac. So that was the biggest shock. I wasn't sure how they were going to go from Ratchet and Clank to that,
Mhm.
but it was really good, and we are definitely getting a second. I hope it's Venom in the second one
That'd be cool.
because you can. What's good that has good customization.
Yeah, with all the
So
different suits, and you can actually see,
the
and you play
different
as
suits.
different people. I'm pretty sure.
Yep. And the glaring one was you didn't have the black suit. You didn't have the
Mhm.
Venom suit.
Next game
So
you will hopefully.
yeah, well that's what I'm hoping Venom's in it. But no, it's very fun to play. It's very fun just to swing around and everything like that.
Mhm.
It is a collectathon. The platinum is very achievable. I haven't done any of the DLC. I'm still waiting for it to catch on sale
Mhm.
because
I didn't
it's I
even know
want
that
to say
was
it's
DLC. That's cool.
yeah. And Black Cat, let me pull it up. It's Black Cat is one of the DLCs. Um the Heist, Turf Wars, and then Silver Lining. So the other two are with characters in there. Um, it's just more story, and I heard they're
Mhm.
all good. But no, it's definitely worth playing. I mean, if you have a PlayStation 4 and you haven't played Spider-Man, it's definitely going to be ranked up there as one of the best games of the system.
Mhm.
And I'm glad it's a exclusive.
Yeah.
So
All right. So getting into my number 2 game of 2019. Jonathan's doing games that he played this year. I didn't play a lot of games, so I'm just gonna do the games that came out this year.
right.
And I actually didn't even play this one. I just watched a playthrough of somebody do it. It's gonna be Resident Evil 2.
Mm.
Game was insanely good. Looked good. Um, I liked the different playthroughs on each character, kind of thing that they did. Just overall a good game.
This would
I enjoyed
probably
it.
be the one that I would give it to that I haven't played yet. I have a
Hmm.
copy of it. I'm waiting to play it. I'm trying to go through stuff I'm trying to clear out games from my backlog that are like notably good.
Hmm.
Like overall good consensus. You have to play this game. That's one of the ones I have that I want to play through, but I'm almost tempted to wait and play that one on whenever I get a PS5 or if I randomly get a Pro before the fives come
Hmm.
out because I want to
Did
play
that one
that
have
one on ultra high
issues?
def. Huh?
Did that one have like frame rate issues and stuff?
No, it
No.
didn't have frame rate issues. I just want the quality. I want to be able to go play that on my
Okay.
4K TV
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's a
and
game that you want to play on like a TV with like
yeah,
surround sound and
make Megan watch me play it.
yeah. So yeah, just
Because I
me.
heard a playthrough is like what 6-7 hours.
Yeah, on each character, it's fairly short.
Mm.
Um, See, I mean, Resident Evil games are generally good, but
Did you play the original one?
I didn't play the original one. I played 3, 4, 5. I played 3
5.
through 5. I didn't play
Okay.
6. 5 was
You
the
wouldn't have.
one you were like, I forget where you were. Like in
5 is the
Africa
one
or
with
like,
the guy and the girl, and it's like the horde waves, and they changed everything. Not
yeah,
in a
it
good way.
wasn't. Yeah, it was not as good as 4 or 3, but see,
I'll
I
say
mean,
you wouldn't have gotten through to the controls on the first one. I played
mhm.
it, back in the
Oh,
day,
with the
and
doors, and you get the cutscene where the door opens, and then,
yeah, no, just the tank controls.
mhm. Yeah, I don't know.
And no, I played it back in the day. It was okay. 2, I really enjoyed playing 2. I never had a copy of them. It was either at a friend's house or we rented them one night.
Mhm.
But as far as that, those are the only ones that I played. I played 1 and 2. I
I'm
played a
excited for
little
the
bit of
3
3.
remake.
I didn't play 3. I played 4. That's what I did. I
I
didn't play
played
3.
3.
No.
It was good.
Yeah.
All right, so what is your number 2 game?
My number 2 game is The Witcher 3,
There you go.
even though that came out in 2016.
2015.
So 15? I thought it was 16.
I'll bet you $1,000 it was 2015.
I don't remember. That's why I'm asking.
Because that's why Bloodborne didn't win Game of the Year in 2015. Because The Witcher came out that year.
Mm,
Because at first I was like, I'm playing
May
for those
2015.
of you that don't know, I'm playing through Bloodborne right now, and I was like, how did this not win Game of the Year? Because I didn't remember what year it came
Who's The
out,
Witcher?
and then I looked and I was like, oh, Witcher. Because if Witcher wouldn't have been out, it was Fallout 4 or Bloodborne, and I think
Yeah,
Bloodborne would have won.
Bloodborne. So The Witcher, I like. I first booted it up, I want to say 2-3 years ago. And
Well, I got it for you for Christmas like 3 years ago, or 2 years ago.
did you buy a physical copy for me?
I'm pretty sure.
I need to go see if I have a physical copy because I don't know. You may have bought it for me, and I just have it on my shelf in there.
Yeah, I
But
definitely bought it for you.
Okay, I've been playing the digital version because it went digital, so I downloaded it.
The Witcher
No,
is a very hard game to get into if you haven't
yes.
played any of the other games, and if you're not invested in the story.
The other games, I mean, did you know anybody that played The Witcher 1 and 2?
Did I know?
Yeah.
I before I
anybody
played
said they
3,
would-
I like watched story recaps, but besides that, no.
Anybody that said they love The Witcher 1 and 2 is probably lying.
Yeah, especially 1. The
wasn't
combat
quite
was terrible in 1.
Well, there are quality of life issues that I'm just finding out, which would have been good to know the first time. You
Like
can
what?
change. You can change a setting and make Geralt's movement more fluid,
Mm-hmm.
and then you can turn off the fisheye when using the Witcher sense.
Oh, you can? I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's in the options. I found out it just recently. I was listening to Sacred Symbols with Colin Moriarty and Chris Reagan, and Chris said the same thing. He said he got nauseous the first time he had to use a Witcher sense. So
yeah, I like the fish
put it
stuns that
down.
it does, because it's an easy way to distinguish between normal and Witcher sense.
So someone had wrote in and said, "Oh, you can just go turn that off." So we started playing that again over the break, and he was really enjoying it.
Yeah.
But no, The Witcher is one of those games that I really enjoy because it's like, okay, here's a main story, and wait, here's 4 side quests. Oh, I'm gonna go do all the side quests.
Yeah. And they sprinkle in, it's side quests, but some of the side quests are they feel as important as the main story, which
like
was
the treasure hunts and get the different gear and stuff.
Yeah, the treasure hunts, the side quests with the Baron, because that was a side quest, that wasn't the main quest.
Oh no, that's what I'm saying. Like the some of the side quests are better than stories in other AAA games.
And they take
like the Baron quest is really good.
And they take a while to complete too. Like you have to invest some time into them. I don't know how much you got into the customization in that game, but like you can have some crazy like class loadouts, especially with alchemy and stuff. You can do some crazy stuff in that game.
Yeah, see, I went with just a quick
like a strength build.
Strength build because I was playing on Death March.
Well, see, on Death March, alchemy is the way to go.
Yeah, but I want to say there's some reason why I went for that. I don't know. I did that because I like just to brute force my way through everything. So that's what I ended up doing. And surprisingly, I got the platinum in about a month.
You played it pretty heavily though.
Yeah, which is not that a month and 2 weeks. So I mean,
That's pretty
that's
good.
not bad for
Yeah.
that game, for that size of game going through, and a lot of it was just grinding out at the ends. Like you had to grind out, what was the pain in the butt one? It was you had to kill so many people with critical headshots with a crossbow.
Mm.
So that was one that took a buttload of time to do, but luckily there's people that have found farm spots.
Yeah, I loved all the armor in that game too. Like all the
The
armor from
armor,
all
the
the different
weapons.
schools and everything. I loved that.
Mhm.
And then I just loved exploring and like completing all the random objectives around the map. To me, that was how open world games should be. Well, quote unquote open world, which was open area, but regardless.
I would consider that open world.
Well,
I
no,
mean,
open world you can't go from Kaer Morhen to Skellige without loading.
oh yeah,
Which I mean, also granted, you can't do that in like WoW either. But
no,
so I mean, yeah, I guess it is open world. But yeah, I mean,
yeah,
if you ask anybody, you talk to anybody about The Witcher 3, I haven't heard anybody say it's a bad game. I've
no.
heard people say, "Oh, it wasn't for me. I didn't enjoy it," but I see what was going on with it.
It's not a bad game considering that more people are playing it now than whenever they did on.
Yeah, and if you try and buy the books series anywhere, good luck because it's sold out every. It's literally. I tried to buy it this weekend. It's sold out on Amazon. It's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
The trophy was kill 50 human and non-human opponents by striking them in the head with a crossbow.
Jeez, so yeah, that.
The hitbox for their head is stupid. Like sometimes I shoot them in the head and it wouldn't do it because
Mhm.
it does an animation whenever you do get a critical.
Yeah, and it'll pop up critical damage too.
Yeah. Well, that yeah, that's what I meant. But sometimes I shoot them in the chest and it's like, oh, critical in the head. And it's just
Mhm.
like, sure. And then Gwent, obviously I like
Oh,
card
Gwent,
games.
yeah. We always got into, freaking Triple Triad and Final Fantasy VIII, Pazaak, and Knights of the Old Republic 2,
Mm.
and then Gwent. We always get into the
I
card
think
games.
that took a whole lot of time too, just going around and getting all the cards
Yeah,
that you had to get.
yeah.
Because
Uh,
you had to do it, you had to do that integrated throughout your story because there was
mhm.
missing ones.
Yeah.
And then of course one of the contracts that I didn't do it right, so I had to do a new playthrough. And what I did, I
Oh, I
put it on
remember that.
easy. It was the Woodland Spirit.
Mhm.
I didn't fight it. I ended up letting it stay or whatever,
Yeah.
take the girl. So I made a new game on easy,
Just flew
immediately
through.
went straight through that. I want to say it was a level like 20 quests or something. I did it at 5.
Mhm. Well, yeah, on the easiest difficulty, it's a cakewalk.
So I still have yet to go back and finish Blood and Wine. I started it the other day, but then I got distracted by do something else, and
Mhm.
I want to spend some time and do that.
Blood and Wine
So
is a full game, pretty much. It's like a
mhm,
full 12 to 15 hour game. It's so good.
yeah, so that would be good. So that was my number 2,
Mhm.
even though it came out 5 years ago.
Yeah. All right, so getting into my game of the year for 2019, I actually played
Mhm.
this one. I bought it when it came out, and I don't even think I started it when I bought it. But then when I played it, I was hooked instantly. And the game I'm talking about is Sekiro.
Mm.
And when I say this game has the most addicting and satisfying combat system out of maybe any game I've ever played, um, it was slamming your head into a brick wall for the first half of the game,
Mhm.
and then it clicked, and it felt like the bosses were like actually other people, because they would like delay their movements sometimes, and then other times they wouldn't delay them, so you
Right.
constantly had to be looking. um there was only, I want to say, 2 times where I felt like ridiculous mechanics that were like almost unbeatable and you had to be perfect, because I don't really like when games require that. I don't mind difficulty. As I said, I'm playing through, I'm almost done with Bloodborne. I'm playing through all the Dark Souls games. I love difficult games. But especially in Bloodborne, there's been a couple times, and I've learned more and more as I'm playing, but there's been a couple times where just bullshit happens.
Yeah.
And there was probably 1 or 2 times in Sekiro where that happened. But when I say that the last boss of that game is my favorite boss of all time, um, I think there's one in Bloodborne that'll probably pass him that I haven't fought yet in the DLC. But yeah, just like I said, the combat was addicting, and I
think
loved
it. There's more polish from what I've seen of it.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's a newer game. It's a different combat system completely from any of the other games.
But you went from playing Sekiro to that. Mm-hmm. I mean, from Sekiro to playing Bloodborne. So people that I've heard going from Bloodborne to straight to Sekiro, it's the opposite experience. Like they struggle hard because they're used to rolling and stuff like that.
Even me, like I struggled a lot, and I hadn't played any of the other games.
Yeah,
so I can't imagine what people are going through
haven't played a Soulsborne game.
No, that have, because in the other games you're so used to dodging,
rolling and in this game, dodging and everything.
In this game, I literally never dodged. You never dodge in this game. You parry. I mean, you jump and you do counters and stuff, but you don't dodge at all in this game, or at least I didn't. So I mean, I started a new game plus file. There's 2 difficulty modifiers you can do, in-game modifiers. I'm gonna do both of them. I'm gonna get one shot by every boss if I get hit, but
yeah,
it's gonna be worth it, man. That combat is addicting. The story was freaking amazing too, and it was nice because I actually knew what was going on.
Yeah,
like in Bloodborne, I had to like look up videos, and there's still stuff,
lore.
Yeah, which I don't mind, but for a first game, if you haven't played any From Software game, I recommend Sekiro, because the story is linear, but you can go out of your way to find out additional information. And I can't say enough good things about this game. I freaking loved it. Of course, it has its issues, like there's no armor customization, which is one of my favorite things in Bloodborne. There's no different weapons. You have the shinobi prosthetics, but that can only do so much.
You can't change your sword or anything like that? Or?
Yeah. I mean, if you're on PC, you can download mods to make your guy look different, which I did, but yeah, that's about it. So yeah.
That's on my list that I need to get to. I don't have it yet. I mean, obviously I'm going to do it on PlayStation, but I think that's another game that I'll wait and get it.
That should be a fairly easy platinum too. Something along the lines of Bloodborne. It's hard.
Nope. The metagame, you got to grind at the end to get the platinum.
What do you have to do? Like unlock all the shinobi prosthetics?
Or
all the upgrade. If you have to upgrade, like complete the upgrade tree for the prosthetics, that's going to take forever.
I think that's what it is.
Oh God.
How do you spell it?
Sekiro.
Oh.
Yeah, you might have to do multiple playthroughs of that.
I mean, it's got a good completion percentage. Okay.
Well, there's also 4 endings to the game.
And that's, you got to do 4 endings.
And one of them comes 7 hours before the other 3.
You got to do 4 endings. Where's the uncommon one? There's got to be one that's like acquired all skills. Upgrade all prosthetic tools to their limit. There you go.
Oh, geez. Okay.
Yeah, so that's still, but it's hard to tell because these games, especially I'm on PSN profiles right now, so it's got a 28% platinum percentage. So the average completion, people 45% completed. So I mean,
I think you'll enjoy it. It was
a good
change.
But I'm going to be one of those people that are going to spend hours grinding to do it. And I mean, that other than that, it's got the Bloodborne trophy. So, defeat every boss.
Yeah. And
or return from dead.
Another thing, I don't think they're going to do DLC for this game because
I don't think they should.
No, it did super well. They're already working on Elden Ring, which is probably going to be like Viking Dark Souls, hopefully.
You need to go play Neo. I'll let you borrow that.
Yeah, because apparently I didn't download it when it was free, so... Yeah.
Well, try to log in on mine and download it.
Okay, I'll try that. So yeah, that was easily my game of the year.
Do you remember the Tenchu games from PlayStation 1?
Oh yeah.
This was supposed to be a Tenchu game. From Software bought the Tenchu IP from, I forget who exactly had it.
God, I don't know.
They bought it, but this was supposed to be a Tenchu game, but they ended up changing the name and going in a different direction. So if people ever clamor for, I want to do Tenchu, I was like,
a lot of people thought it was going to be Bloodborne 2, which
Mm,
I don't think
PS5, baby, come on.
if they do that, I don't know that they would ever do exclusive again, unless Sony is paying. Sony would have to pay a ridiculous, like I'm talking ridiculous amount, because from how well this game did, and it sold on the 3 major platforms, Sony would have to freaking pay up, which I'm sure they would, because Bloodborne was like,
Or Sony will just buy them.
Maybe. There's a lot of other factors to that.
Aren't they based in Japan?
Yeah, but even then, that's saying, well, there's no more Dark Souls games because Dark Souls 3 was the last one, but because Dark Souls majority, especially Dark Souls 3, is played on PC. That's the main platform.
Demon Souls is also PS4 exclusive.
Demon Souls didn't release on PS4.
I mean, PlayStation exclusive.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's right.
So yeah, I don't know. We'll see where that goes, but I'm excited for Elden Ring. I'm excited to play through. I'm literally at the end of Bloodborne.
Well, let's keep the From Software going, because Bloodborne is my game of the year.
You had just played it this year?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought you had played it earlier.
No, let me pull it up.
Okay, yeah, that's Bloodborne is.
When did I do my first trophy? No, I'd been saving it. I had been saving it until a lull, because I'd gotten it and I was thinking about playing it, but I think that was still when I was like big into Destiny or whatever.
Probably when it came out. No, you played it before it came to PS Plus for free, huh? Because that's when I got mine, and that might have been what caused you to play it.
Yeah, no, it was free on PS Plus, so that's what I'm doing. I had been going to buy it, but I didn't want to buy it until I knew I had time to play it. So I ended up playing it end of March, beginning of April. So no, I loved it. I dove into it, played it. There was only a couple bosses that really gave me a struggle for. You're gonna be disappointed. The Yarnum Queen or whatever, she's a joke. I went in and one-shotted her right away.
I will tell you this, without spoiling anything, the DLC bosses are the best bosses in the game.
Oh yeah, no, I know that. And it's just, I should have, at the time whenever I finished it, I should have gone through and played the DLC right away.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I think it's probably good that you took a break, because like one of my buddies is playing through The Witcher right now, and he said, so when I beat the game, should I like go straight into the DLC? And I was like, no, because you're gonna burn out. Like, he's been playing a lot. He's played like ever since Christmas. He's been playing. I was like, take a break, go play a shorter game. He got a Switch, so go play a shorter game like Luigi's Mansion or something, or something like that, and then go back and play one of the DLCs, so you don't burn yourself out.
Hey, another 1 month, 2 week platinum.
Yeah. I've no life dead, and I almost have the platinum in under a week.
Yeah. So it's funny, if you look at my my trophies, I did Kingdom Hearts 3, platinum that, then went straight into Spider-Man. Got the platinum on that, and then I ended up doing Metro 2033 Redux. But then you have like cheap platinums, played all these shitty games, just
all these indie games.
No, I mean just PSN games. I wouldn't even call them indie games. They're just poop.
No, I'd call them indie games, but
yeah. And then I have Bloodborne, more of those, and then I got a kickback on Borderlands. Well, I got the Game of the Year edition for Borderlands, and then some other games. So I mean, it's funny because I have good games, like good quality games, sprinkled through all these like poop games, and that's pretty much where I'm at right now. Like, I just got done with Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. I would have put that on there, but there's too many, like, I like the story, but there's too many technical things that I didn't like with it.
See, I see your issues. Once you play Sekiro, you're gonna see even more issues with the combat, because
that's good that I didn't play that.
I mean, no offense, it's the Walmart brand of Sekiro combat.
Oh yeah, no, I mean it was rushed. I mean, you could tell.
And we're not taking away from it. Parts of the combat were good, and any of the lightsaber fights were good. There was only 3 of them though. I'm hoping in the next game there's more.
I would have put Catherine Full Body up there, just because that.
Hey, we said no honorable mentions.
No, I'm just saying, like, I'm looking at my list right now. I'm saying how I was going through my list, I have all these poop games, and then I have like known games. So that's one game that I would love for you to play. Now, I don't know if you would be able to play it on stream.
Why?
I can't tell you anything about the story. So
If it's a video game, you can stream it.
yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So
So
don't have to worry about
I
that.
don't know if you'd be breaking some TSA with it though. So the thing
TSA,
is,
TOS.
yeah, TOS. Sorry, Vincent is dating Catherine with a K,
Hmm.
and
Let's give the very short TLDR of this.
Yeah, it's very, this is very brief because I can't give anything for the story. So dating Catherine with a K, and is thinking about cheating with a blonde girl that's Catherine with a C, and he has nightmares every night about going through the just about with all the issues with it and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
But the nightmares is Cubert, so it's a puzzle in the nightmare.
Mm-hmm.
But the story for it is worth it. And I mean, it's a 10-hour playthrough. And you can even put it on easy and set the Cubert part to auto. It's just you're talking Persona 5 quality cutscenes
Yeah,
with
I'll
the
play that.
in-game scenes are cheap. No, you would love the story. And the thing is, the full-bodied one added in Ren, which is another character, but I don't know if I want you to play that one or the original one, to be honest.
Yeah, if it's a video game, it can't go against TOS, by the way.
Okay, because I mean, there's like everything but nipple, really.
Well, I mean, there's nipples, there's everything in The Witcher 3. And that's
true.
one of the top games on Twitch right now. So
yeah, that's true.
All right, so we're gonna kind of fly. We were spending the majority of the time on our games of 2019, but we're gonna go through our top 5 games of the decade.
Yes, and these are the ones you should have heard of. So we're not gonna go.
Yeah, we're not gonna go in depth.
We just might ridicule each other on some of them.
Well,
are you doing in order? Because I'm just doing 5. I'm not gonna put it in order.
I could do an order, but I'm just gonna do out of order. So I'll just give mine. We'll talk about mine a little bit, and then you'll give yours. Or do you want to go first?
We'll go through one because I mean we're gonna have a bunch of them on there that are the same thing.
Okay,
so as you name them off, we'll go through them.
So obviously one of mine is The Witcher 3.
Yes, mine too.
Just amazing. It's one of my favorite games of all time, easily. I absolutely love it.
Standards for Cyberpunk, but people are going to be upset because I have a feeling that Cyberpunk, the expectations are too high, because if you can't go into every room in every building, people are going to be pissed.
Yeah. So I mean, that's a given right there for any. Like I said, I've never heard somebody say The Witcher 3 is a bad game. I've heard
it say it's overwhelming. It's a lot to do, but I can understand why people like it.
It is, but that's the kind of games we love. We love going in, exploring literally everything in the game, and it was just amazing. I mean, from the customization, the combat could have been a little better, yeah, but overall, just amazing.
Release up-resed versions of 1 and 2 on PlayStation, please.
Yeah, I heard the second one is better than the first.
I just want up-res versions. I don't care if you remake them. Just put them in, better graphics quality and put it on PlayStation with trophies.
All right, so that's one for each of us. You say your next one.
My next one, and it's on your list too, is God of War.
Yep. For the re-release on the PS4.
Yes, the God of War PS4 version. That game was so good. Story was amazing. Combat was everything that I wanted it to be.
It was new, but it was still the same brutal God of War combat. Yeah,
and just the relationship that you go through with with Boy.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna say any spoilers but it's set up for a great, hopefully trilogy is what we had talked about in our review of it.
Yeah. And also talking about favorite bosses, there's a hidden boss in that game that is top 5 for me.
That might be harder than some of the Bloodborne bosses.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
I think I spent more time on that boss than I did on any boss in Bloodborne.
The most I've died to a boss in Bloodborne was like 4 times. There's a boss in God of War that I died to at least 15 times. So all we'll say, we won't spoil anything. Once you beat the story, there's more to do in the game. There's plenty of other stuff to do.
Oh yeah, there's a good metagame in there. There's no card game, but
I love it. And there's New Game Plus too, so you can go do that if that's something you want to do.
I didn't do New Game Plus, but if there's no incentive really for New Game Plus, I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah, me either. I'll do it on like Sekiro because you can up the difficulty and all the stuff like that. Well, I mean the difficulty's naturally upped because everything scales, but you can make the game like twice as hard, like additional scaling, pretty much. All right, so that's 2. Another one for me, probably on a lot of other people's list too, is Skyrim.
That's on mine too.
Came out in 2011. Yeah. Just, I mean, the fact that people are still playing it today, and
it's on everything. You can play it on Alexa. You can play it on a Samsung fridge if you want to.
Yeah, the fact
everything.
The fact that people like, I played. Oh no, I played through that this in 2019. I was doing my modded playthrough.
Oh yeah, you were.
I forgot about that. Yeah. I heavily modded Skyrim.
Mm-hmm.
I spent more time modding than I did playing, which I think happens to a lot of people. But yeah, it was Skyrim was like, I don't know what did open world better, Witcher or Skyrim. What do you think? That's really hard to say.
Open world, I'd probably do Skyrim.
Mm-hmm. I think so too.
Combat,
would do Witcher for sure.
Witcher, but story and open world, I would say Skyrim.
Yeah, because Witcher had
going into Gollum's cave and just like freaking out, not knowing what the hell's in there, and then you end up on the other side of the map in the dwarves' tunnels.
Mm-hmm. The Witcher had very good narrative-driven side stuff. Mm-hmm. The stuff in Skyrim, all the side stuff like the Thieves Guild, it was just badass. Like,
yeah.
All the different guilds you could do. I think there was like 5 or 6.
Did you ever play much of Morrowind or Oblivion?
I played a good bit of Oblivion, and I've played Morrowind.
Okay.
Morrowind was like $2 on Steam last week or something.
Yeah, Oblivion has, I think the Assassin's Guild was the Dark Guild. I forget the name of it.
The Dark Brotherhood.
The Dark Brotherhood. I like the Dark Brotherhood quest line in Oblivion better than Skyrim, so.
Mm-hmm. Well, in Skyrim it was short. Thieves Guild was the longest.
Yeah. No, but that's that is one game that I would love to go back and platinum, but it's just that's daunting.
And I would recommend modding it to you, but you want to do it on console. You can mod it on console though. They have an in-game mod menu that you can do.
I know. I would probably just do like the better textures and the weather and stuff like that. I
like the upgraded world map. There's an upgraded world. There's an upgraded world map that like shows all the roads and like actual textures of the mountains and everything. So
that's one I really want to go back to and like sink some time into. Yeah. Again, just because it's that good.
Mm-hmm. All right, so that's 3 for each of us. I wasn't expecting us to have 3 of the same games. I was expecting maybe 2. So let's see what your number 4 is overall. Like
mine's gonna be Persona 5.
Okay. See, I haven't played that, and you've been getting on my ass to play it. So I will eventually. I'll say that I will play it eventually.
Okay. So if you play Catherine and you like it due to the animation and like the storytelling, it's gonna be
it's
a
anime.
completely different story. Yeah, it is.
Persona 5's anime.
But it's good.
Yeah,
it's
I know.
A story and it's amazing, and the combat is actually fun because it's turn-based combat, which you will like because it reminds me of like of Final Fantasy VII, like that type of combat. But the soundtrack, the animation is just perfect. I was thinking about putting Persona 4 Golden on there, but I mean, I spent 120 hours on Persona 5 to get the platinum, and I'm going to do it again once Persona 5 Royal comes out. Because they added another 20 hours to the game or something like that. They added an entire new city and a new character and everything like that.
Yeah, so it's definitely a game I need to play.
You need to sink time into it and play it. I'm going to buy the physical version of Persona 5 Royal, so I'll let you play.
Is that just Persona 5 with some stuff added on?
It's Persona 5 plus DLC, I guess you can say. So
okay.
Imagine 1.5.
Okay.
Yeah. Or 5.5, I should say. Yeah.
Well, no, it's speaking of 1.5.
Wait for it.
Well, no, that's not on my list.
Really?
That technically did not come out this generation. Kingdom Hearts 2.5 technically, I'm pretty sure was out in Japan and before 2010. You can look it up if you want, but it came out in the US. So if we were going off that, I guess if we're gonna have an honorable mention, which I guess we can each have one.
Oh, really? You're gonna do that for me? Okay,
well,
keep talking.
Just one, not 50, like you would probably have.
That's what I'm saying. You're giving me the choice of one, so I got to think of which one. But keep going.
So that would definitely be mine. It was Kingdom Hearts 2 with better combat, more boss, well, same combat, but more bosses, a shit ton of more story that'll make the story make more sense, and sets up a lot for Kingdom Hearts 3. And it was awesome. So 4 out of 5 for me. We each have 2 left. I have 2 left. You have 1 left, and your honorable mention. Yeah. 4 for me is The Last of Us, and short game, one of the best story-driven games I've ever played. Had a unique turn on zombies with the fungus kind of thing. Fun combat that made you actually worry about what resources you had and how you were going to do things. There was definitely a strategy to going through that game, and you needed to know what you were going to do to kill certain enemies. Brutal start to the game, like first 25. Oh yeah,
I mean,
first 20 minutes.
Don't watch it with your girlfriend, or if you're a girl, get ready, because I mean, I've heard people just say they start crying before you can actually control the character. Yeah,
I watch Retro Replay, which is Troy Baker and Nolan North, who are both in the game. Yep. So Nolan North was in the game, but apparently hadn't played it yet, and did the opening and didn't realize what happened at the beginning. We're not going to spoil it, but there is a huge WTF moment in the first before the title card of the game goes off.
Right.
And it had me hooked immediately, and I played through the game in like 2 days. It was awesome.
I'm going to play through the remastered version on PS4 and try to 100% it before the second one comes out.
Yeah, I'm so excited for the second one. I can't wait. So that was number 4 for me. So what's your honorable mention?
Well, my last one would be Bloodborne.
Okay.
Which we've talked enough about this episode.
Yeah. Bloodborne almost made its way into my top 5.
My honorable mention, God.
It definitely bumped its way into my top 10, I will say. Not even of the decade of all time.
My honorable mention. Hold on a second. I'll be right back. Keep talking.
Okay. So for me, we've already talked about it too. My number 5 is going to be Sekiro. The story was amazing. It was more linear than the other ones. Like I said, you still have to go out of your way to kind of, find out more information, find out some interesting tidbits. And what puts it so high for me, what puts it above Bloodborne for me, is the combat. I'm not trying to overstate how good the combat is in this game, but it's the most... Number 5 for me is Sekiro. Yeah. Something happened with your... Oh, no, there you go. You're good.
No, I turned my mic off. I locked the...
So, yeah, we've already talked about both of our number 5s. Bloodborne was almost number 5 for me. Just the combat and... Bloodborne has better customization in the armor, which I freaking love how the armor is in that game, how it actually matters. Right. You go in and fight a boss that does fire and you don't have any fire gear on, you're going to get destroyed. But then you put fire gear on and you're just like, okay, I have more of a chance now. I'm still going to get destroyed a couple times, but...
Right.
And in Sekiro, it was just straight up... It was a very technically challenging game, which Bloodborne is too, but this, I feel like the margin of error in Sekiro was smaller. I can't tell you which one is harder. That's going to be a personal thing. And when I say these games are very close on which one I like more, not even which one I like more.
I think it's the setting that will probably determine it.
Yeah.
Not as much the combat. It might be the customization or like the leveling abilities. But I think the setting and like the aesthetic is gonna push you more away. Because I like the Gothic London type scene,
yeah,
so that's probably why I'll lean Bloodborne. Now I'm probably still gonna love Sekiro. So
yeah, they're both unique, but they still give off the Dark Souls vibe. Bloodborne more than Sekiro, but and Bloodborne is still kind of has the dark theme going, but it's not medieval at all. It's very almost kind of Van Helsing kind of feeling to it. Van Helsing meets freaking some kind of alien shit or something. I don't know. It's amazing. Like I said, it's neck and neck with these two games. I think the combat in Sekiro outweighs my love for the customization in Bloodborne, just barely. Because the combat in Bloodborne's amazing too. I love the rally mechanic. Where when
I don't like the how you saying how like, oh well fuck, that happened, like how bosses weapons can go through a pillar and hit you.
Oh yeah, that's every Dark Souls game. I think that happens in Sekiro too. But there's no really
like
there's
10-foot long weapons.
Well, there's all the so all the arenas in Sekiro are open. So they might not be big, but there's no like pillars in the
There's
arenas.
nothing for you to like run around. You're pretty much just dodging or parrying the entire time.
Yeah. Especially the boss, you beaten it, so we can just say the Gehrman fight at the end of the game is a lot like the setting of that is how most of the fight settings are.
Yeah, and he's not even one of the hardest bosses in the game too.
Well, no, because Bloodborne does a really good job of setting you up to do well at the end of the game, especially with the leveling system. If you want to just go farm, there's no leveling system in Sekiro. You get skills. There's no levels. You don't up. No. You up your stats, but you do that by killing mini bosses.
Right.
So yeah, that's number 5 for me.
My honorable mention. You're putting me on the spot here because I thought we weren't going to do anything. I'm going to give it to Uncharted 4.
Yeah, I see. I didn't play that game, but I watched a playthrough, and it was a movie.
So
it looked amazing.
Even though Uncharted 3 came out in 2011,
mm-hmm.
I'm gonna give it to 4. I looked and I thought I got excited for a second, but then I remember I was wrong. I saw Arkham City came out in 2011. I thought Arkham Asylum came out this year or this decade. I want to give it to that, but that came out in 2008.
Yeah. When did 4 come out? 2016.
Yes.
Because freaking Overwatch won Game of the Year over that.
Yeah, I don't get that. But no, Uncharted 4 was just a culmination of the entire of 4 games.
Yeah.
Well, no. Yeah, 4 games. 1, 2, 3, and the Vita game.
Mm-hmm.
So just it was a movie. It was a great game. I mean, Troy Baker, Nolan North.
The dynamic duo, man. They are
just great. Mm-hmm. So if you haven't played those games and you're a PlayStation fan, it's top notch. Those are must game. And hey, the Drake's collection is free this month on PlayStation Plus if you have it. So go download it.
Yeah, I played through the first one and I got halfway through the second one and stopped. I need to play through. You
didn't finish the second and third one?
No.
People still say people will fight over which one's better, the second or third one. People say the second one's better. I think the third one's a little bit better. Like people say those are better than the fourth one.
Yeah.
So no, the second and third one are must plays.
Yeah. So I'll play through those for sure. I'll probably play through those in Spider-Man. I'll play through Spider-Man then those. Because I'm almost done with Bloodborne. Then I'm starting with Dark Souls 1. Also have the Kingdom Hearts 3 DLC. What you making that face for?
Someone stole 2 packages from our neighborhood, like off the doorstep.
Like I think I just got that ring light, or ring doorbell thing, whatever.
Yeah. We just both got notifications.
So yeah, I'm playing through all the Dark Souls games. Then I'm gonna do Spider-Man. Then I'm gonna do Uncharted. So that wraps it up. Kind of a longer episode, but we went through pretty much 2 topics.
Yeah.
So another idea I can do, we can do our top 5 or even top 10 and we would be top 5. Top 5 games of the 2000s. 2000 to 2010. That would be much harder.
That's going to be harder. That's going to be harder.
There are a lot of games that we like. Because that includes PS2 games.
That includes PC games.
And PC games. That includes the Jak and Daxters. That includes the Ratchet and Clanks.
No, that wouldn't even. No.
Oh, really?
See, no. Like if we do 5, I could tell you 3 of those are going to be PC games.
Is one of them WoW?
No.
Oh, geez. Okay. Oh, wait, like StarCraft?
No,
that's freaking okay. I know what game you're talking about.
Yeah,
that came out in the 2000s.
Yeah,
Diablo 2.
I think it came out in 2000.
I thought that came out in the 90s.
Nope.
Anyway, so that might be a video we can do. That'll be a pretty hard topic to cover, especially just 5 games.
And June 29th, 2000.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll think about doing that one. We're definitely gonna be doing our Witcher season review coming up. So that'll probably
Have you gone back and rewatched it?
No, I haven't.
I'm gonna try to get Megan to rewatch it with me if she wants. No.
I think she would like it. I really do.
Yeah, she wants to rewatch it. Yeah.
So yeah, that'll probably be our next episode, and then we'll think of something else to do gaming wise. A lot of games coming out this year. Freaking Cyberpunk, Final Fantasy VII remake, Last of Us. I have high hopes for that freaking Godfall game they premiered for the PS5. I do.
I haven't seen gameplay.
Well, I'm not. No, nobody's seen gameplay. That doesn't mean I can't have high hopes for it.
Who's producing it?
I don't know who is producing it.
Yeah. See, after Anthem, unless it's coming from, From Software, Squaresoft, or
Naughty Dog,
Insomniac. Like I'm
CD Projekt
Red. See, I don't. They have one really good game. I'm skeptical about Ghost of Tsushima, even though it's Sucker Punch.
Yeah, it's Sucker Punch.
All the Insomniac games are. I mean,
we still haven't seen gameplay for that.
I know all the Infamous games. That's right.
Yeah,
Infamous 1, 2, and then
which I mean, those games are okay.
No, I'm saying those were good, but I'm even questioning Sucker Punch on Ghost of Tsushima because we haven't seen anything yet.
I don't know how we haven't seen gameplay for that yet, and it's coming out in 4 months. About
when's the date for that?
I think it's June. It's June or July.
Is that coming out like right after E3?
I don't know. So yeah, next episode will be season recap of The Witcher. We'll be going into a couple details of what was different in the books.
We're going to discuss, we're going to mainly keep it to the show and see where they pulled their information from. But as far as we're going to discuss the show and like what we expect and what we thought of it, we're not going to dive too deep into it because I mean, it's 8 episodes. There are
a
less
lot
than an hour
happens
long, and a lot. I mean, one good thing about the pacing in that show is great.
Well, the pacing in the show is great once you understand what is going on.
I think it's one of the shows that you watch through the first time. You're like, okay, there's a lot going on and everything. And at the very end, you're like, okay, that's how all the storylines connect.
Oh, you're watching.
Now let me
keep going. Sorry.
And then I was saying, like, after you're done with like the first time, you let it digest, like what I'm going to do. And I'm going to go back and rewatch it and understand, okay, this is taking place here. This is going for there. And I'm going to be able to understand it and enjoy it more. Yeah.
Because the first time you're watching, you're like, okay, a bunch of different things happening with different people. Wait, that person died in episode 1. How are they back? And everything makes sense now of what was happening in the past 4 episodes. So, but yeah, besides, even then, I don't see that as a negative. I think if you were really paying attention, you would have known from episode 2 what was happening.
Yeah, I figured it out by the end of episode 2, but it's just like, even more so whenever, you understand like there's multiple timelines, but like Geralt's timeline, you still don't know exactly where his is at.
I think they released a timeline of when it actually is. Yennefer is just the oldest timeline.
Yeah, you just don't know like Geralt's timeline. You don't know exactly where that fits in, and if it's if his is a linear path, which it more so is than everybody else's.
Yeah, except for the least skips. Episode. Oh yeah, well at least Siri had the least amount of time skips when you think about it, but. So yeah, that'll be our next episode. We did start a new YouTube channel just to have everything a little more uniform. That way we both have access to it.
Right.
So I don't have a way to put all of the episodes onto the new channel, but we're going to start uploading there. And if you go to the playlist that this episode is on, or that all the episodes will be on, you will be able to see all the older episodes if you missed any of them.
So you have links to all the other episodes there?
Yeah, I just added them from my channel onto the playlist. So if you click on the playlist, it'll take you to my channel, but the episodes will be on there. But from now on, we're going to be uploading to this channel just to make it easier. And if we feel like any games together, we'll upload it to this channel probably.
Yeah, I mean that's the bad thing is we need to find some co-op games to play.
We need to play A Way Out or whatever.
Yeah, that would be fun to play.
I think that'd be fun to play. Some kind of shorter co-op games like that. I think that'd be fun.
I agree.
So yeah, we appreciate everyone watching. I think we each had very good games. I was not expecting our top 5 of the decade. We were gonna
have a lot.
I was not. Yeah, we had 3 of the same ones.
Yeah. You didn't put Destiny on yours.
No, Destiny was not. Destiny's not even in my top 10.
Like the overall. OG Destiny? Like it's not even of this decade.
No, not. I'm saying over. Like, yeah, not of this decade either. I loved
Wow.
the game. I put a lot of time into it, but it had its issues, and I think nostalgia, maybe, or not nostalgia, but maybe hype, or made me see through some of it. I loved the game.
I like Vanilla Destiny a lot.
Oh yeah, me too. I like Taken King Destiny too a lot.
Yeah, I
Taken
like
King
Vanilla
Destiny also a lot, not too a lot.
Vanilla Destiny through like I would say even Crota.
Did you play
And
during
then-
Taken King?
Yeah, yeah. I didn't play during Wrath of Machines.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, Taken King. I was still going strong through Taken King.
See, Wrath of the Machine was amazing and underrated in my opinion.
I did the first boss of the new raid, and I was just like,
you gotta make it through the raid.
Well, yeah, you did for me, and that's how I got the platinum.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah. So yeah, guys,
I had the guide leveled up all the way to there. It's just I could never do it because I want to say I got busy with work.
Yeah. So that's gonna wrap up episode 39. We appreciate everyone watching. Be sure to follow whatever platform you're listening on. Leave a thumbs up. Be sure to go subscribe to the new channel. It is the Brewhouse Podcast on YouTube. You'll see our logo there. It's the same logo that's in this corner over here. And until next time, guys, we appreciate y'all watching. And
keep gaming.
And we will see y'all later. Peace.